Hello. So you've decided to color your hair at home. I'm with you. I'm here for it. I'm ready for you to do it. I'm going to show you how, just give you a couple of little steps so you have the most successful hair color application you possibly could. Okay? So first thing we're going to do is section our hair. Okay? So you're going to take the comb that was in your kit and you're going to part it wherever it's kind of the strongest. So mine's gonna part right here. If you have a side part, go ahead and just keep it on that side part. It doesn't need to be a middle part. It's kind of nice when you do just from your natural part, because then on one side you get kind of like a little break and it's kind of fun. So I'm going to do my natural part right there, and then I'm going to do a center part down the back, and I'm gonna comb my hair away from me. Is this a cute angle? And I'm going to take one of the clips that came in my kit. I'm going to clip that away from me, okay? All right, then I'm going to go from the tippy top of my head and I'm going to comb to right behind my ear, right there. Okay, then I'm going to take my clip, pull that out of my way, take this part, twist it up like a cutie little French twist, just like that. And then secure it with that clip. Oops, not so secure, huh? Boop, boop, boop. Clip. Awesome. It's not like prom hairdo. You don't need to get too wild with it, okay? Now take that front section, comb that out of your way. Do a little fun little twisty bun. So cute. What a sassy do. Don't even need to color it at this point. Cute. Okay, so I have half my head sectioned. All right, then I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. I'm gonna go from the tippy top of my head to the behind my ear. Okay, take out that clip that was in the back already, just like that. Do that cute little French twist, roll it up, take your clip. It's nice too if you take your little duck bill and like kind of like weave it in, like weave it in, weave it out, and then secure it. It helps it stay a little bit better, just like that. Cool? Mm-hmm. Then take the front, comb it into, you're gonna like comb it where you want it. That's going to be the easiest to get it where you want it to go. Those little bangs are kind of hard to get in there, but it's all good. Again, I'm not going to the prom. Doesn't need to be too secure for dancing. Last clip, there it is. Oops. Weave in. That one's not staying. Here we go. Did it. Let's fix this one. So you don't even need to color your hair because you have a new updo, right? Looks great. Just kidding. We're gonna color your hair. So what you're going to do now is take the color block out of your kit. It looks like this. It's like a jelly consistency, and it's going to help so you don't get any staining around your hairline and leave with like a cute fun birthmark or like looking like you have some weird makeup action happening, okay? So you're gonna take the color block. I like to take pretty much all that's gonna be in your kit, put it on the back of your hand so you don't have to keep going back in to this little jar, okay? Dip your finger in it, and then just go around your hairline. Don't get it onto the hair. If you get it onto the hair, you're going to block the color from coloring your hair. And that's the whole point of what we're doing. You're just going to get it on the skin around your face, okay? Things can get a little crazy, so I'm going to put some on top of my ear, just in case. And then at the base of my neck, I'm just gonna go like down there, just at the base. Again, don't get it on the hair, okay? Take whatever towel you have around, paper towel, any towel, it doesn't matter. This won't stain anything that you have at home, so go ahead and just wipe that off and then reclip this back section that fell out, okay? My hair is short, so it's a little harder. Maybe you have long mermaid hair, so this will be a little easier. Cool. Oh, hello. I'm gonna fix this like Spice Girl moment too, just because I don't want you guys to have to look at me this whole video looking like that. But you're here for it. Thank you. Thank you for being here with my Spice Girl hair. Ooh. I mean, commit. Let's do this. This won't be this hard. It's just hard to film videos. Okay? Makes you feel weird. Secure. All right. So what you're going to do next is put your gloves on. And how you put on gloves is just like sliding them on. You know how to put on gloves. I believe in you. The gloves that you got in your kit are these elegant evening wear gloves. They have an extended length. You're welcome. So I'm gloved up. Oop, oop, oop. Extend that evening wear cuff, and you're good to go. Now you're going to take the color, which is the big tall jar that you got. Take the lid off, set it aside. You can always reuse this jar. And depending on how long we're in lockdown for, you can maybe get a color refill. Take the activator jar, the smaller one, take that lid off, set it aside. And then you're going to dump this small jar into the big jar, okay? So what you'll need to do is take that spatula that came in your kit as well, and you're going to scrape out as much as you can. You don't have to make it clean. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, like, be clean, because being clean is like important just for everyday life. That's just like a hot tip. But like, you don't have to make it like, don't scrape all of it out. There's a little bit of extra in that jar for you, because we know you can't get it all out. It's not that big of a deal, okay? Then you're going to take that wooden spatula and mix that all together. Just like that. Make sure that it's nice and combined and that you're scraping the sides and making sure that all the pigments are nice and mixed. Okay, then you're gonna wipe it off. You're gonna toss this. It's not reusable. It's not a big deal. Okay. Then you're gonna take your color brush, and what you're going to do, every time you dip in, you're going to dip in, and on whatever side you're working towards, scoop away, okay? Because this, I'm going to do a rotation and I'm gonna flip down and paint on. Got it? Okay, and when you're not working, so when you don't have the color brush on, or like in use, and you're like switching sides, or like, I don't know, you need to take a break, like let the dog out, you're living your life, you're on a Zoom call and this was like a really inappropriate time to start doing your hair, that's okay. But you're going to let it rest on top of the jar. Don't let it rest inside the jar, okay? If you let it rest inside the jar, you're going to get too much product onto your brush and it's gonna get super duper messy, and nobody wants that for you, okay? So I'm going to start in the back section. I'm gonna do this back section first, then this back section, then I'm gonna do the front, okay? What you'll do is first outline the section that you're working in. So I'm gonna start here, take a little dip, paint, remember to remove away from me, and I'm going to go like that. And by outline, I mean exactly that. I mean, I'm gonna outline. So I'm just outlining the entire section by going and putting color on the outline. It's wild, that's why we call it outlining. And see how I'm putting it on and I'm putting it on and I'm brushing it away, but my brush is like almost like a 35-degree angle, not quite 45. And it's definitely not at a 90-degree angle. If I do it at a 90-degree angle, I'm gonna be combing the color away from me. So it's just kind of up, 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 up. Got it? Cool. Uh-oh, this moment might not hold. That's okay. Okay, so I've outlined my section. I'm good to go there. The reason why when you're coloring your own hair at home that you want to just outline one section at a time is it allows you to kind of feel where the color isn't, okay? So only outline one at a time. Okay, so I'm gonna take this clip out. You can feel, like, and by feel I mean like the sensation on your scalp, if that makes sense. And I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to take a little section like that. And then I'm gonna come back against the back of the section. So I'm gonna go onto this hair going downwards and then going upwards that way. Cool? You guys are doing so good. We're doing our own home hair color. Whoop, whoop, whoop. If you happen to get any color on your glove as you're working, make sure you wipe it off as you work, or else you're going to end up touching your ends and overlapping color, and you don't want to do that.
I want to make a side note. Chelsea is a professional, so she's very neat with her sectioning. You may want to not wear as cute of a top as Chelsea, who dressed up for y'all.
Hello.
Just saying, you guys can use either like a trash bag to like cut a hole in it, put it over your head, or an old towel some people use, or like an old t-shirt that you can then multi-purpose as a face mask afterwards.
Exactly. Or maybe it's your hair scrunching t-shirt because you have curly hair. Cool. So you're now going to take the comb that was in your kit. You're going to take the wide teeth of it right here. And so you started from the top and you worked your way down, okay? So now all of this hair, you're going to just make sure that you did a really good job and kind of like comb it down. So see how I'm taking like sectioning it like that, flicking it, and then kind of combing it down like that. And this just kind of lets you like kind of double check your work and make sure that it's all covered. What you don't want to do when you do this is remove color from your scalp and pull it to your ends. All you're doing is making sure that there's no hard line, and I'm simply like combing it through. I don't want there to be a hard line, and if I so happen to have missed a spot, this helps blend it so no one can see it when you're on a video chat. But also if you missed a spot, I believe that hair salons will be open again at some point, so it's not that big of a deal. As long as you can't see, it doesn't really matter, right? Okay, so now this whole section is done. I'm gonna move on to this back section. And luckily my hair already fell out of that clip, so I don't really have to do much besides take the clip out. And again, I'm starting at the top. And I'm going to outline the entire section, and I'm just gonna hold it in my hand because my clip fell out, but should your clip still be in there, because you have mermaid hair, good for you, stop bragging. All you're doing is making sure that there's no hard line, and I'm simply like combing it through. I don't want there to be a hard line, and if I so happen to have missed a spot, this helps blend it so no one can see it when you're on a video chat. But also if you missed a spot, I believe that hair salons will be open again at some point, so it's not that big of a deal. As long as you can't see, it doesn't really matter, right? Okay, so now this whole section is done. I'm gonna move on to this back section. And luckily my hair already fell out of that clip, so I don't really have to do much besides take the clip out. And again, I'm starting at the top, and I'm going to outline the entire section, and I'm just gonna hold it in my hand because my clip fell out. But should your clip still be in there, because you have mermaid hair, good for you, stop bragging. I'm not kidding, you can brag if you want. I'm still just jealous, really. Okay, here we go, here we go. I'm gonna set this on top of my jar and wipe off my gloves because this clip is in my way. And I am controlling the situation, so I've moved it. Got it? Mm-hmm. So now it's just like kind of cute and in my face like that, which I love for me. So now I'm gonna work bottom to top again, taking little horizontal sections. Notice how when I am painting it on, that I'm like putting the color on, and then when I do my next section, I flip the brush. So I rotate that brush like that, so then the color, the side of the tint brush that has some color still on it, so I'm not dipping every time. So I'm applying to the front of the section and then again on the back of the section. So you wanna go front and back, or else you're gonna get gaps in coverage, okay? And you always, always, always want to apply in the direction of the hair growth. Never apply it opposite, if that makes sense. So like I would never apply it like this. I wouldn't rake it on like that, or else it's not going to get into the hair cuticle. Fun fact, cuticles are kind of like shingles on a house, so if you apply opposite, it's just not going to saturate the same, and it's probably going to cause a lot of damage to your hair, so just be really cautious about doing that, because your cuticle goes downward. So I'm always going down the hair shaft. That's why I apply it to the back of the section when I'm up, and that section's up, okay? A thing that you'll be able to kind of tell too is if you're getting color in all the spots, is you'll feel that like kind of coolness of the product on your scalp. I usually like base it a lot off of feel, and I'm like, yeah, the back of my head feels cold. I bet it's colored. If not, I can't see it, so I don't really care. If other people can see it and they hate it, then they can stand 6 feet away from me. I don't even care.
If they can see it, they're standing too close.
Yeah, if they can see it, then they are not social distancing correctly, and they need to back up.
See, I would just color the front of my head.
Yeah, I would too. I'd probably just
honestly, if you want to save some time,
yeah, color your part line.
Just color your front.
Go ahead and just color your part line and your hairline. And then just like a teensy bit back here. But if you love a ponytail, which I understand,
then just color your nape.
Then color the nape. If you do half up, half down a lot, it's kind of a weird look, but do the whole thing then. Okay, so now I'm done with that section. So what I'm going to do is set my brush down on top of my jar, wipe my hands just in case. And again, start at the bottom and comb it down. This also helps too, so if you're like walking around your house, you don't look like just like a maniac with your hair like all positioned up. I don't want anyone you're in quarantine with to be judging you. It's okay. Target top's holding up. Okay. And then what I also like to do when I am all the way done with both the back sections is comb down the middle like that to make sure that I've combined them and that I've like not missed anything down the center part line because I can't see back there. So it's just like another way that I can just trust myself. All right, so now whatever front section you want to start on, I like to start on if I had a side part, I start on the part that has more hair on it. So then when I get over here and it's my final section, I'm like, whoa, almost done. If you start on the less hair section, then you kind of like get a little discouraged, like I've got a lot to go. Okay, so I'm gonna start by outlining. Now, the only outline I'm not going to do on the front section, this is important, pay attention very closely to me. I'm not gonna outline the front. I'm gonna outline that front section last, or else I'm gonna be working with color that's like sitting on my face. And there's no point in coloring your hair if you messed up your face, so just leave it. Jen, why aren't you laughing at all my sick jokes? Okay, so again, going downward. So this one, what I do is I do like this little diagonal right here, like that. And it helps it so I get a wider section as I work, but it also helps me work so I'm not flipping this hair, this current hair right now that I'm coloring, onto a section that hasn't been colored yet. So it's going to allow me just to like work away from my face like that. So like I'm able to go like, boop. Sometimes when they're a little bit wider like this section, you have to use both sides of your brush and dip back into your product, and that is a-okay.
There comes the train.
There's the train. It's scary. So as you get to the front of your face, you want to take a little bit smaller of sections. So about whatever that would be, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. So you're not mushing color onto your face, especially if you're like me and you have like a little bit of like a sparse vibe around the front. You don't want to get color onto your face right there. So take a little bit smaller of sections when you're getting towards your face. Also, with gray coverage, the biggest factor is product saturation. So you want to make sure the section's small enough so that you're getting the color on there and it's not needing to go find a place to go. So like you're basically like pressing it and setting it just like that, and you're not combing it away. So you're able to get that full coverage because the amount of color you put on with gray hair is imperative to coverage. So see how now I'm at the final section on this front part of my hair. So now I'm able to like comb that all the way back. So I'm not getting any color on my face or in my eyeballs. That would hurt. I think we all have enough going on without eyeball drama. Thanks for laughing at my sick joke. Okay, so now I'm on my sideburn right here. And this hair, what you're going to do is make sure you dip back into that section. So you want to make sure you have enough product on your brush. Pull that all the way, like you're doing like a JLo high bun. And comb it up, just like it's a ponytail or a bun, because you just are having a JLo moment. Just like that. Cute. Boop, 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 boop. Resaturate it. Make sure you get it nice and covered on that front section. Again, coverage means, or saturation means coverage. Take your comb, working in the sections that you kind of started in. You're not going to comb every section, but kind of just take the section that you just worked in and make sure that you've combed it kind of through. Things are cool. Also make sure that you go behind your ear like that and you just kind of scoop it up. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Wipe your hands. And it's the final section. Woohoo! So you're gonna go here. Dip your brush in.
We are doing so good on time.
How much time was
25 minutes. So it's almost as if they sat through a visit with you.
Oh my gosh. Do I take that long?
Sometimes.
I'm a talker. That's a normal
Well, you
time.
went through the steps first, right? You
Yeah,
know?
I mean, this would usually be
We all know that
a 30-minute book.
you
out.
guys come to us not only for root coverage, but you come for
But
the
for, like,
comedy show.
Fun chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chatting with Chelsea.
Chelsea chat. Jen Jam. Here you are.
Or Jab with Jen.
Yeah. Jabbing with Jen. Oh my gosh. I love it.
They come for artistic color with Andrena, you know?
Exactly.
Art hour.
Art hour. Art hour with Andrena.
Art hour with Andrena.
Love that.
Advice from Alicia.
Alicia advice. Woo. Tarot with Tony.
We miss everyone, don't we?
We really miss our coworkers. All right, so now I'm getting to that front section. So remember, go nice and slow, slow and steady. Take a small section, comb it back. You're getting towards the end of your jar here. That's okay. Make sure you kind of wipe off the actual brush part, because sometimes it'll get up. And I just think you're better than that. You've come so far. So make sure you keep it nice and clean. Oh my gosh, I miss talking to people.
Right?
My dog is so sick of me.
My husband's so sick of me.
Yeah, poor Dan.
The up and down emotions, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm also turning into one of my worst nightmares. An introvert. I'm like, at the end of the day, see, Ken goes to work still. But at the end of the day, he walks in. I'm like, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
You gotta go.
Poor guy.
Okay, it's the final moment, final countdown. We are doing JLo High Pony. Up. If you maybe have a little bit lower of a sideburn than me, then stop bragging. You probably have more hair than I do. But if you do, you're gonna still do that sweeping motion as far down as it goes. But just make sure that you're getting enough color on the hair to fully saturate it. So you just wanna make sure there's a nice thick coat over it, okay? And what I do at the very end is still do my whole thing that I was gonna do. And already. After you've applied all of this, what you're going to do is immediately take this color and you're going to dump it out in the garbage can. You're not going to wash it down your drain. It's terrible for the environment, so please don't do it. And then you're gonna wipe this. I like to wipe it out with a paper towel so I'm not ruining too many towels. You can also use a paper towel throughout this entire process so you're not ruining stuff. Unless you like wanna ruin stuff because you're like bored and angry and you like needed some drama. Then you can like scoop that out, wash it. Dish soap is fine. I like to use the brush as the sponge or like dish brush. So then I get both clean at the same time and it helps kind of emulsify that color out of the bowl. Then you let it dry, whatever. You're gonna set the timer for whatever the paper and detailed instructions that your stylist gave you, or Jen and I gave you, and Natalie gave you for the timing for your hair color. It could be 20 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, it could be 45 minutes. And if it's 45 minutes, treat yourself, pull up a good book, do whatever you need to do, have some wine. It's fun, okay? And then after that, what you're going to do is wash it out. And when you wash out your hair color, after you've washed out your bowl, let's take off these gloves because it's a little unnecessary at this point. Because I feel like I'm at a very elegant dinner party. These are not reusable. Go ahead and toss them, okay? They're also not recyclable, so put them in the landfill. So what you're going to do when you wash out your hair color, is that what I was going to tell you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wash out your hair color. So when you wash out your color, you're going to start with kind of lukewarm water, not super hot, not super cold, doesn't need to be anything crazy. You're not trying to freeze yourself out. And you're going to rinse the color out of your hair and start at the scalp and the, like pulling it away from your scalp. And you can feel it inside, but make sure your hair is really wet before or else it's going to be dry and it's going to be really difficult to get out because it kind of crusts over. Also, before you wash your hair, what you want to do is take your finger and rub on the hairline like that and reactivate that color and take whatever thing you decided that you hated and you wanted to ruin and dip it into the other jar that you were given with the color remover and make sure it's nice and wet and you've reactivated that color right there and then you brush it away. What that's going to do is pull any possible staining away from your skin because it reactivates the color. It's kind of like if you think about like, how do you remove a Sharpie with a Sharpie going over it, right? It's like nail polish removes nail polish. It reactivates it and then the color remover allows it to like move away from your skin. So don't use the color remover until the very end unless you got a big blotch on your face because things went crazy. And you should be good. Cool?
One more tip.
One more tip.
Rinse their shower and make sure they scrub it.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you have a white.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I do this all the time at home and I just kind of give it a really simple rinse.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a clean maniac. So if you have like red color that's in your hair that's like super vibrant, it might stain, but just make sure that when you get out of the shower, you do a little rinse. You don't have to like use your 45-minute luxury processing time to like clean your shower. Oh, no, you wouldn't.
No.
You've just colored your hair. You haven't ruined it yet. The rest of your day doesn't need to be spent cleaning is my point. You're fine. Just give it like a nice rinse so that it is clear in your shower and you're not going to have any like residual staining. Because then maybe your husband will hate you and that's okay. But, I mean, quarantine's going to be interesting that way.
Alrighty.
All right.
Thanks, Chelsea.
Bye.
Good luck.
I miss you all.